close enough to start time. All right. See what I did? Let me turn this off. Also, you can let me know if the music is too much. It's Dynasty Warriors music today. I was playing some last night, and I was like, I forgot how good this music was. So what I was trying, Wisp, is on YouTube, you can send your stream signal to it, but not go live. You can just get everything all set up, and then on YouTube, you can hit the go live button. And I think that's kind of what was messing things up, where like some people were having to refresh and all that. Whereas YouTube, when you hit, or no, I'm sorry, Twitch, when you hit start stream in OBS, it just goes. Like there's no gate. And I like the gate on YouTube because you can get everything set up, make sure your signal's good and all that, and then open the door. So what I was trying this time was just had this thing. I just had this thing up. So it looked like it was at the normal waiting screen. And then just flip over when I'm ready to go. But I'm wondering, like, if I start that soon, people like get stream notifications like, oh, he's live, and then they Glee's reporting for duty, and then you know, they're like, oh, well, I don't want to sit here. So I don't know. It's weird. Figuring it out. But at least we have the whole Twitch multi-stream thing figured out. That seems to have been consistent. So finally found the issue there. So that's cool. Not overpowering at all. Good, man. I love Dynasty Warriors music. I love Dynasty Warriors too, just the game, because they're so stupid. You just running around, killing 1,000 dudes. It's great. All right, so yeah, I got these just this morning. The guy who drew this squirrel for me, he the last batch that I got from him, he was like, hey, do you want no tail versions of these? And I was like, or of all the previous ones that he's done. I was like, yeah, if you're willing to do that, that'd be great, because he has a huge tail, and like it's kind of hard. I like the tail, but when sometimes for thumbnails, it's a little hard to hide. He's like, oh yeah, man, I got you. So he sent me a no tail versions of all the previous ones, and he was like, here, I made you a couple little heads here too to use for something, little icons. So I was like, hey, I'll take it. Battle with a horde of mooks. Yeah, man, just with a spear that's like 10 feet long and entirely too large to carry. I will say, I think Dynasty Warriors 8 is the one I've been playing recently. There's some fun weapons in there that don't make sense, but they're really cool. Like the little handheld cannon with a blade on the end of it, like a tomfler or something. That's cool. Hi, Cap. You always wait till stream. So it's, and you know, like the weird swords and stuff. It's cool. I really like Dynasty Wars. I'm anxious to get the newest one that just came out. When it gets $5, you know, I can't pay more than $5 for a game. Oh, but anyway, let's see. So I know I said we're just hanging out. Oh, you know what I just realized? I can use these guys as bullet points. I do have some things we could do today, though. This is when the task is done. It's happy. We can... What is the next video? I have no idea what my next YouTube video is going to be. But I'm still doing the thing where I'll just take the time I need to do it. Instead of trying to rush it. And then we got make CCC character, which we're going to talk about a little bit. I also community post graphic. Well, let's see. I will acknowledge that the little graphic I've been using for my stream schedule is good. Like, it's simple, it's clear, it's easy to read, and it looks nice. The thing I don't like about it is I cannot fit barely any information on it. As far as, like, I couldn't even fit interview author rows or something like that. You just can't fit it in there. So, like, it's really hard to explain what things are, even with just a couple sentences. Like, I can't even squeeze those in there. So we might look at that. What else do we have? I reached out to DM Scotty yesterday. I was like, hey, what's the best way to get in touch with Sean Bova? Which is the guy who did the art for EZD6, who is the guy I want to get for Moss and Stone. So he gave me the information. So I got to figure out what characters represent Moss and Stone. And I have a couple. I at least have one idea for sure. His name is Jack Redmere. Also, I think I do have a little scratch on me from Crash. It's the Holy Bro. Again. Now, you see, you got to come to every stream now that you're a part of one. And what Glee wants me to really do, because she started bombarding me with messages right before I started. Not tomorrow, but Thursday. We are having a game in Glenn's Clever, Cool, Crazy, which is what CCC here stands for. I didn't want that. Clever, Cool, Crazy. So I still need to make my character for it. So we're doing a fun little thing. You might remember the stream where me and him we got together, where we're doing it in the setting that my books are written in. So the Kesha Knight Legends world. We're doing that. Slightly pre-Bashkim era. So I need to make a character for that. But that is... These are connected. Because that stream is going to be a fundraiser for Alzheimer's. I forget what the exact fundraiser is called. But Glee is all about the fundraisers and wants to make me a nice overlay and everything for it. Unfortunately, I cannot make it a fundraiser stream. You have to have 10,000 subs for that. So Peter's almost there. Like, he might be able to do a fundraiser. Let's go check out Peter real quick. What's his sub count at? Oh, he's still got another 1,000 to go. I thought he was... He's still a lot closer than I am, but I thought he was, like, just about to hit 10K. All right. 9.14. All right, let me catch up on some of this chit-chat. If you want some good pump-up music, can't beat Riders of Doom from the Conan the Barbarian movie. Ooh, let's go get that one. Let's see. In the future video might be try and get Acorn sharing to complete some sections to review. Obviously, some background stuff has to get done. You could also pick some. So I would love to on like just these Hangout streams, go look at the Acorn sharing and just share what people have been doing or working on. Some of them don't want that though. So I have mentioned in my server a long time ago. It's like, hey, I will not publicly share anything without your consent. Like, I will ask first, but personally I think it'd be fun to go rooting through there and say, man, look at what this guy's doing, look at what this person's doing. But I can also understand they might not want it on full blast quite yet. Like, before I say a name, actually I won't even go double check. There was one person who specifically said, and they had posted and shared their stuff, like, I am not ready to show this on any videos or streams yet. So I was like, okay, all right, it's cool. But I got to play with them, and it was super duper fun. It's like a year or so ago. I was hoping they'd come back around and be like, all right, go for it. Let's see. It's a selfish request, but I could use the kick in the butt. Get to it. Oh, man. All right. So that's what we can do. Glee... If you're just wanting to make an overlay, getting a list consent. Yeah. So I like my little squirrel head bullet points. And then, like I said, when the task is done, we can use the happy one. That's pretty good. Okay, so Glee. We have... I mean, if you want to make a special overlay for the Bashkim Bash, too, that, you know, same. It's going to be Glenn as the DM, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 players, myself included. And then... RPGs versus AD is... This is where I get confused, because, like... here's the thing. It's RPGs versus AD. You can't see this up here, but the whole thing is do what you love to end Alzheimer's from the Alzheimer's Association. So there you can see what it is right there. So it's like fundraiser campaign. I don't know how that works, but his thing is RPGs versus AD. So that's what we're going to be doing. You just gotta ask, dummy. Any reviews coming down the pipe? So technically I could do one for like Dolmenwood, Land of Eam, Anamon. Like we played a bunch in December. I am setting on all those, but since I have focused more on streaming and moved my videos more to where, oh, I can now take time to make the video I want and do it right. I'm trying to figure out where reviews fit into that. Because reviews were normally the easier one to make because I had a pretty clear-cut goal. And, you know, it's like, all right, you know, let me just root through this and point out the highlights and, you know, a couple things I think it could have needed improved on, you know, and I kind of had a formula going that I'd figured out for it. It's like, all right, here, let's talk about the author of the book and then the actual setting, and let's talk about mechanics, and then part 3 would be like, here's my just overall opinion playing it. The risk of cluttering the server, you could make a new Acorn sharing channel explicitly for stuff that can be shown on stream. That's true. Or can you tag posts? New post. You could put a tag on it that would require people to be responsible and do it themselves. But like I have a world building tag, a character tag, a plot tag. Because technically Acorn sharing was for everything, not just your systems, but so like if you're just going on a cooking journey, you know, and you wanted just a little spot to share your progress, you could do that. Or you're making videos, or writing was one. Like we had somebody post their writing in there a while back. Dang it, what was his name? It started with an N. He had a really interesting story, and I feel bad because he has since left the server, and I never talked to him about it. But like I read a good chunk of it. So we could put a tag on there that's safe to stream or something, like safe for Squirrel, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Alzheimer's is one of my worst fears. The little brain disease. Yeah. Super scary. I have a lot of dementia to look forward to. It runs rampant in my family, so that'll be great on both sides. Gotta get my living space in order so I can run my bookshelf for you. Woo! You have years of use. You have Illustrator fired up. All right, so there's 4 players in the GM, so that's my normal template. Like I usually have 4 players on the side and then the GM on the other side, and then I guess I could draw it here. You know what it looks like though. It's like, here's my screen, and then I have player 1, player 2, player 3, player 4, and then there's GM. Then I just usually have that information piece right here. Actually, no, I've since replaced that with roles. This used to be information about the game we were playing, or if it was somebody's project. But now I have the role information here. And then in the center is game. So I don't feel like the roles are necessary. They don't have to be there. You know, like the Foundry roll feed, because you can see the dice rolling across the screen. Not that critical. So however you want to do it. I will say, I acknowledge I did not draw a square here, but that is a square, like a nice square. That works good for showing the game instead of, you know, trying to do what a lot of people do. They'll have, like, here's their screen, and then they'll try and do the whole widescreen thing, and then they have stuff all throughout here. I like the square in the center. I feel like it's easier to see because you're focused and zoomed in a bit more. Consent to share. That makes more sense, Blaze, but that might also make people think, oh, other people can share it around, whereas this is specifically for me to share on a stream or video on YouTube. So that's why we'd have to say safe for Squirrel or something like that. The more you leave up to people, the less will get done. Exactly, that's the problem. But yeah, you can simply ask people to opt in for sharing at the beginning of their post. Oh, Glee was the one that said consent to share. I thought Blaze said that. I can read. These are very vague specs. I know. We're getting there. Scratables. That's a good one. Can I invade your voice chat? You keep trying to get on my streams. You were confused for a second? Yeah, that was my bad. Like, I saw your name and then just dropped down the Glee's message. You need a way to share your screen, Glee. That way we can see the master graphic designer. Please stream. How can we get your computer feed on here, Glee? In your 10 gigabyte Illustrator file you're working on. You can do that in video, but like it is not pretty looking. Does Glee like being on the limelight? She sure does. She didn't want to stream with me when I had no viewers, but now that I get viewers, she wants to be on the stream. I'm just, you know, I'm not implying anything. But she did used to be a streamer. More successful than I at that. She was a Twitch affiliate. I tried to get her to go pro, man. She didn't want to do it. I was like, man, you can do your graphic design thing on stream, and then you can pick up clients from your stream and do their work on the stream. You can like triple and quadruple dip into the money here. We'll be rich. And then you got a job, yeah. She was a Slay the Spire pro, which I don't know. Now that Slay the Spire 2 is out, maybe she needs to pick it up again. But yes, Blaze, send me your dinner. We got to get our traditional Blaze dinner post. So Glee, I really don't know what else you want from me. Let's see. What did you say? What's the fundraiser for? I already told you. I could send you that link though. There you go. So you have that. I don't know what else you need. Yeah, the sequel's out, and she's been playing it, trust me, since it dropped. You know, when you get to the last boss on Slay the Spire 2, it tells you how much damage the community has done to the boss overall. I think half of it's hers. There's Blaze's dinner. What is that? This is what Blaze is eating. It looks slimy. You got some... What you got in there? Like worms in there, man. What do you got? What are these little things? Oh, you can't see my mouse on the screen. Oh, there you go. These little guys right there. What are those? Ramen with onions, mushrooms. That's what it probably is. Veggies. You just want to come on stream to defend myself. Oh, I need to save my board before it gets mad at me. Those are red onions? Those little black things? Oh, I guess it is, isn't it? If we make it big, that is an onion. Okay. And then that's a mushroom. Whee! I had a bread roll, pepper jack cheese, and some ham for lunch, and 2 pieces of spare bacon. Well, my lunch is going to be rice with some veggies and a big old chunk of salmon. Very tasty. Oh, I have a message. How many cams? Glee wants, that's what I was saying. There's 4 players there, Glee. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5 for the GM. Or however you want to do it. You can buy a hamburger, man. I had a place, there was a local barbecue joint I would go to for a burger. And there was one of the cooks there. I got to know him, and he would cook up the burger a certain way. It wasn't the normal way they did it. He'd hook me up. Man, it was so good. That place got shut down, man. They, I don't know why. I think the guy just couldn't. The guy that owned it was kind of a douche to work for, so he couldn't keep hired help. Salmon is an excellent fish. It is. It's super good. His only problem is it's so expensive. Well, at least where we're at, because, you know, closest thing we got to water is the Mississippi, and you don't want to eat anything out of that, so. Which is funny because Dave, you know, he's from Grimwood Games. He's all up there in Maine, you know, close to the water. So he's tired of seafood. He's like, I don't want none of that. So I was like, man, I don't get it down here. I was like, I like fish. Whereas, you know, I'm sick and tired of barbecue, but people come down here and it's like, oh man, this barbecue's so good. It's like, it's all you, Jack. Oh, let's see. So we got Glee on that. So yeah, Moss and Stone. I guess I'll get about 2 or 3 pictures from Sean Bova. But I need... What is a good character to represent Moss and Stone? See, I wrote a short story for Moss and Stone because I guess I got bored and needed something else to do. Glee read it recently, and she was like, it's terrible. Redo it. So... she liked it. She just said it moved too fast. And I was like, well, it is a short story. Technically, it could be stretched out to a novella because it's pretty close already. So that wouldn't be too hard. But there is a character in there. And he was from the one-shot we did. Actually, it was based off one of the one-shots. It was, excuse me, the Caravan Escort. Shove your arm in the mud and get a catfish. Catfish is pretty good, though. The emitter art that is a Moss and Stone Squirrel was a Whisper Stone? I guess, yeah, something like that. But anyway, I was going to say Jack Redmere is like this gruff mouse dude, adventurer, like semi-retired adventurer. Let's see if I can find... Here was the token we used for him in the game. So something like that. You just got the eye patch, sword, and just kind of patched together armor and leathers. That kind of style. So I think he'd make for a really good picture, especially in Sean Bova's style, which is that gritty kind of look. Let's go get some pictures from him. Where's EZD6? See, the art in EZD6, to me, it's how I interpret it. It's like, it's kind of dark and gritty, but it's also comical at the same time. I want him to lean more into the grit a bit. But not too serious. I thought there was like... Oh, here's this guy. So, you know, that style. I could see this guy like sitting on a rock or something, just kind of leaning on a sword in front of a campfire. You know, Dark Souls bonfire kind of scene. But the story followed a squirrel because, of course, I thought about a stoat, but the squirrel is actually a coward, and that's his story arc, is learning to not be a coward. It follows him. This guy, Jack, is the mentor character because he's, you know, mostly retired adventurer. And then it also follows part of the team that goes out on the caravan. It's the squirrel, it's the mouse, it's also a rabbit, the hare, Jane. And then technically a badger goes with them, but he does not go through the whole. He doesn't die. They get to a certain point in the story when they meet the moles. The badger stays with the moles. So Jack definitely had a huge role in the story, whereas the squirrel did too. But I feel like Jack himself represents Moss and Stone very well. Like, it's this worn down, adventuring mouse who has seen some things and survived. And, you know, he's mouse. He's also small. You know, you're a critter in a big world. So, we consider not being a coward. Instant development. That's right. The style is almost woodcut or ink block for the ace guy. Or you mean the axe guy? This guy? Yeah. Like, I love Sean Bova's style. It's super cool. Let's see. It looked like he had a lot of fun in Wasted Worlds, which was more comical and silly. But see, like, here's a good example of what I'm talking about with his style. Like, I mean, yeah, it's like, that's a scary monster. It's eating people, but the way the guys are running away, it's so silly looking and everything. So, I don't know. I see that in the book, in the EZD6 book. I flipped through the art, and you're like, okay, we're here for a good time, not a serious time, despite things being dangerous and deadly. Can I take away some space to add fundraiser? Yeah, man. Whatever you think's gonna work. Like, this is what I was saying right here, the roll thing, Glee. I hear a lawnmower outside. This part is not critical. You can, like, that's a whole lot of room you could do stuff with. It's what I was gonna do anyway for the fundraiser information. Because like I said, the dice roll across the screen anyway. I say that, but Glenn's running the game, and he's a big Theater of the Mind guy, so I'm gonna have to find. I guess we could still be setting in Foundry. That's fine. Took a screenshot from another stream with that many cams. Did you send it on Discord somewhere? Slice and dice the dice. Chip, 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 chip. So anyway, you know, one picture is definitely going to be Jap. I guess maybe a rabbit with a whisper stone would be a good one. Well, we're still going to put Glee. There'll still be a thing like to put images and stuff up there, so it won't be nothing. It won't be like Rogue Octopus was. And most of the reason why there was no display for anything on Rogue Octopus is because there were so many players. Man, who's mowing? Why'd they wait till just now? I don't know if y'all can hear that or not. If it's the guy I'm thinking of, he's like right there. And his yard is the size of a postage stamp. And it takes him 2 hours to mow it. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't know if this is a southern thing or if it's across the country, but the dudes love getting on their giant zero-turn lawnmowers way more than necessary and ride them for way longer than necessary. It's ridiculous. And I realized, and this is definitely a Southern thing, I have realized, and my brother pointed this out to me a long time ago, the smaller the yard, the bigger the lawnmower. Makes no sense. You have somebody with these tiny little yards and a giant lawnmower. Insanity. Gotta go meet a friend, have fun with this. All right, well, you have fun, Blaze. You're the one going out and partying. So let's see if we can find... I'm gonna go to Pinterest. I just want to play Dynasty Warriors. Oh, here we go. Here's a very serious picture that already cropped up on my Pinterest. Bear. Not partying, we're meeting online and just talking. I thought you were going out. Okay. So if it's online, you could just, you know, bring them to the stream. Just saying. Hang out here. Well, that's fine. It's therapeutic. What, Dynasty Warriors? It very much is. Like, I was kind of in the dumps last night. It's like, I just want a game where I can run around and blow stuff up. Couldn't find something. Found Dynasty Warriors. It's like, that'll do it. Let's see. Alright. Let's say Rabbit Adventurer. Later. See, and I don't know if Holy Bro is still here with us, but you know, they were talking about using Pinterest, and I started to make a comment and then didn't because I forgot, but like, or maybe I did. Most of the stuff on Pinterest I feel is AI anyway. So I was like, like this one right here, pretty sure it is. But it is just a reference. Oh, spending time on the lawnmower is therapeutic. Yeah. I hate it though. Because allergies. It just stirs everything up and it's like, We could have a rabbit with the Whisper Stone holding it and have a little... Ooh. Do we need a corrupted guy? Now see, this is a picture I really like that I think is if you remember the one shot of Barnaby was the otter. That was the bad guy. Minus the two-tone eye thing here. Like, this would have been a great Barnaby because he has the nice duds on and everything. There are some good on Pinterest? How do you do that on Pinterest? I'm not a Pinterest aficionado. Like, we were 2 or 3 years into AI by the time I started using that's not true. I tried Pinterest right before AI got big, and then all of a sudden, everything changed. So, I actually hate Pinterest for a lot of reasons, but I'll admit it is nice at times. Matter of fact, here's another Jack. I think that was one picture I started with for Jack. Put him over here. You can see the similarities. Oh, Barnaby. Barnaby was a fun bad guy. To be and to write. Anyway, back to the rabbits. I'm not either. I'll throw the screenshots I got for someone else on the server. Okay. It's like something you do in the search. Let's see. Drop it in the voice chat. Actually, I'll just ping you real quick. Right here, Wisp. You can just drop it there. So Jack shows the rough adventurer. feel like we need a bad guy, but having somebody getting corrupted. Oh, you need a hollow tongue. I got a feeling Shambova's gonna enjoy interpreting a hollow tongue, and I'm curious to see what he comes up with there. This is actually AI modified. I never would have guessed. This is kind of what the excuse me, the hair was like in the story. That's a weird, makes no sense crossbow, but this string there is defying reality. So you also can't trust the AI modified tag on Pinterest, because I remember finding a picture that I knew from years ago that, you know, before the AI image generation thing, and it said AI modified. I was like, no. So let's say, let me grab Bova. We could do Jack. Shows adventurer life. Stone user. Whoop. What do we want to get? I mean, obviously, I would love to just load him up, but, you know, limited funds here. Working with what I got. Oh, down there. Like the whoop hero. What is down there? Settings, refine link, blah 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 blah. I guess settings. I feel most people knows they are unless it's made with a custom model. Oh, you sent multiple pictures. I'm sorry. Refine your recommendations. Okay. Interesting. Turn this crap off. Okay, so check this out, Wisp. So I'm following your roadmap here, where it says refine your recommendations, and it has activity, interest boards, following. Oh, wait, mine's just different. That's weird. So yours is activity, interest, boards, following, Gen I interests. Mine is activity, AI content, interest, boards, following. So if I go to AI, it's the same thing. Okay, so they just reworded it a little bit. Yeah, let's turn all that off. Bloop, 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 bloop. Very cool. All right, so now if we go to Rabbit Adventurer again. I'm just gonna say, Wisp has some good handwriting for his little screenshots there. Glenn has a new page. Really? I just opened it. I just opened it. Like, I'm looking at it. What do you mean he's got a new page? Here it is. This is, okay, this is to sign up as a member or whatever. Where is... Where's that chat? This might let you register. Here's a... Oh, it's not yours. Somebody else did that. Here's for people to read about the session and update. Okay, I did send you the wrong one. My bad. There you go. Join my event. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. Oh, the one you were sent? Okay. Checks out. So yeah, Whisper. What are more? I'd like to think all of Moss and Stone is interesting, but what are some of the, excuse me, things that make it what it is? That's kind of about it, right? Whisper Stone's both good and bad, and then the Hollow Tongues, and then I guess you could just have some bandits or something? Bandits? Bad guys? That is still the wrong link. Well, why is he so bad at this? Sending me the wrong things. Oh yeah. Ha! Okay. I don't know where you posted it, but... Oh! Likely ban evader. There's so many of those on Twitch. Oh, Glee already got it. Like the feather. Oh yeah, one with the bird. Oh. That would be a good, something with the bird. I was thinking a good, like, widescreen image. You know, you're looking behind the critter adventurer and he's going up against a bird, but birds are like one of many threats, so I guess that would be a better image with a hollow tongue. So, like, yeah, imagine looking behind Jack. So he's got his sword out and there's a, could be a hollow tongue bird or a snake. Just... What is an unusual species in Moss and Stone that most other animal games don't? Ooh. A stoat? Oh, our yard's getting cut? Oh, that means it's gonna get real loud when he comes by the window. Is it really him? He usually texts. Did I just... Oh yeah. There he is. I finally made it 21 minutes ago. Alright. Oh. We have a great yard, man. Hello, Noodle. Well, let's go look real quickly. Mouse Guard. I want to play that game. Somebody needs to run it for me. See, that's the thing. Like, I got a lot of games I want to play because who doesn't? But I can find players, but I don't like running a game I don't know how to play. Which I know, how else do you learn to run it? But like, or at least on stream. We can do it behind the scenes, but I don't want to first time GM something on a stream, because I did that with something as simple as Tricube tails and screwed it up, like really bad. It's like, dang, okay, I don't. And plus, it's no fun to watch a new GM, him and Hall, try and figure out what the rules are. So I like somebody who knows what they're doing. Speaking of, Dave from Grimwood Games is going to be running Outgunned for me Sunday. I asked him yesterday, I was like, hey, you still good? And he was like, dang, I forgot all about that. But yeah, we'll see if he comes up with something to actually do or not. I believe in him. Let's see. What am I looking for? Moss and Stone. Moss and Stone. Easy D6 playset. Moss and Stone. Alright. What can we play as other than mice and hares? What are you doing, Cal? We can play as a squirrel. Because of course. Mouse, a hedgehog. You don't see enough hedgehogs out there. Otter, badger, mole, hare, stoat. moles, badgers. I don't know. I feel like they're all pretty cool. I do like the character Peter made in our one shot. This is a grumpy old hedgehog. He was very much like Jack the mouse up there. Just kind of should be retired. Have you ever let me down? Never, Dave. Never. That's why I said I believe in you. Badger. Yeah. Badgers are big. That would also be handy if we had a picture that showed something large like a badger and then something small like a mouse side by side, and how we have upscaled small ones and downscaled large ones to make them, you know, more consistent with one another. That would give people a good view or good idea. Like, oh, this is how the world works. Okay, so the mice can't ride the otter into battle. So badger and mouse together to show scale. Also, hello Grimwood. How goes the sales of the internets? I learned to DM D&D 3rd edition before I had played anything more complex than TSR Dragon Strike board game. I got conned into, I want to assume, got conned into running by, or pulled, I don't know. I know that is a typo. Something into running by a bunch of veteran players and have been a DM ever since. That's how it goes. A bit prickly, you would say. Yeah, it was a very prickly hedgehog. Crummy, yeah, I imagine. Is moss and stone mammals only that you can play as critters. So critters are like the smarter things in the world. Well, no, I was gonna say they're mostly mammals, but no, because the lizards, I did plan on having like lizard characters in the game too. Walking, talking lizards. But what does that mean for snakes? We have this on the board for moss and stone. Like what types of animals or what? G-board's killing it today. That's all right. I figured it out. Okay. So yeah, I know I want this one. Ah! I can't just do part of it. Okay. That makes sense. I don't like it, but it makes sense. So we know we want this one. Matter of fact, oh, let me make this too complicated. Can't you, you can do that. Okay. Whoop. There we go. We know we want that one. Limbless would make it difficult to develop tool use. Yeah, but would they be intelligent? Like, which would be cool. You know, snakes that could talk and are just bad. Want to eat you. Ooh. Talk to an alligator. I think the lizards are also intelligent, but I think they fall under the critter category. But didn't the lizards become intelligent but unable to communicate with mammals? That's right, because we're riding the lizards. That's right. Dang, what did we do? I can't... Can I open 2 Excalidraws here? I might mess all this up. We'll see. Moss and stone. I guess this is going to be a moss and stone stream. I mean, let me just search fish. Here we go. Critters. What the players play as. Intelligent animals of society. Birds are dragons or dragon-like. Intelligent, but keep to themselves and may not be able to communicate with others. Fish are just food. Lizards and reptiles. Animals of the world. Can be used as horses and mounts, cargo transportation, battle mounts. Okay, so lizards are the animals of the animal world. So, I guess they got demoted. We are not going to have lizard critters. They're the wildlife, so to speak. Tameable wildlife. Fish is still kind of up for grabs. It does just have a question mark on it. Matter of fact, can I just take this? There we go. This is what I just took from the other board. Now, here's the real question. If I close that board down and try and save this, oh, okay. Gotta do that. Okay. We got it sorted out. Rango RPG. That's what I was sitting here thinking about with the snake, the bad guy from that movie. It's such a good movie, man. Stop trying to wheel rebuild. No, that's fine. We're just wherever today. Glee's working on some fundraiser template art for the game coming up. I am building hype for a fundraiser. Woo! I don't even have like an image I can put on here or something. Clever, cool, crazy. Oh, here we go. I guess this. That's some AI generated art. Is that what he's got on his fundraiser? Oh, who knows? There you go. Brain Dragon. Did we decide something on the amphibians? What about frogs? I think they fell under the same thing. They're just the animals. Animal-like. That big fish in the one shot definitely could speak, if not in the comment. Well, so that one was because somebody had a whisper stone that let them talk, or it was a sandwich that let them talk to fish. Like that was a special. So they were doing the speak with animals thing. That's all that was. That was a special occasion. Otherwise, it just would have ate them. Ringo was a weird little gym. Lots of weird animated movies came out around the number 9. Ah. Yeah, I think it's just called 9, not number 9, but yeah, that that movie was fantastic. Here's a fundraiser link. Oh, Glee, did you make that or did you find it? There you go, you guys can scan that. I don't know how you scan something on screen, but... So, that said... You guys have to be able to hear that lawnmower now, or at least when I'm talking. Fighting a lizard? Or let's say something with a lizard. Ooh, you could have that picture I was talking about of Jack, where he's just sitting there leaning against his sword on a rock, and there's like a snake head next to him. Just dead. Don't you people have cell phones? Golly, Blizzard, what a company. You made it. Oh man, look at Glee doing things. Don't hear it? Okay. Well, he did like a semi-pass earlier. He didn't get right up to the window, but it do be loud in my ears, let me tell you. So y'all think about this. I'm thinking 3 pieces of art. I don't know why 3. It seems like a good number. A big crab holding a ooh. My noise suppression is better than I think. I like do audio thing. What would be 3 good, what you know of Moss and Stone, but pretend you didn't, what would be 3 images that really told you about the world? And they have to be like, not full on busy images, like individual character images. You know, something, where is it? something like this or this. And I guess that's got multiple things in it, but what would really tell you about moss and stone? Always into surreal movies. Some of the best Looney Tunes are truly like the Dodo episode. If only you could have a corrupted critter half transformed. I mean, you can. That's what I'm saying. That the corrupted guy right here, he kind of hits a halfway stage. Because that's the thing. When you're that class and you die, you start becoming hollow tongue, and when you run out of health as that halfway transformation thing, then you go full on hollow tongue. So you could have something. Giant enemy crabs. Yeah. So you're onto something, Wispy. When you start going hollow tongue, you start getting scales on you. They're like made out of stone, and then it has rotten moss around it and everything. Lawnmower man just ran over something. I hope it wasn't my turtle. So you could show that, like somebody just losing patches of fur and those scales developing, and like they can have this kind of possessed look going on here with different eyes and stuff. So you could do that. You could have that and them holding that corrupted Whisper Stone, you know, like the whole My Precious thing. That would be cool. I don't know. Since he does the black and white thing. See, the Whisper Stones, the good ones have that blue glow, whereas the bad ones have that red glow. I don't know how you would get that across in a black and white. Or you could, you know, it'd be awesome. Let me find a picture. So in the Easy D6 book, not that many places, they did do this little thing. They have the black and white, and then the Easy D6 green kind of smeared on there. It'd be cool if you had just a blue glow or a red glow on top of the black and white sketches. That'd be kind of neat. But I always imagined Moss and Stone kind of green, not blue and red. Spot color, yeah! Saw that with the rat or the mouse in the one shot. Yeah. Yeah, Mustache was really trying to kill himself on that one. Critter Settlement, a hollow tongue coming from the water. Ooh, and a squirrel riding a skink. Man, a big skink would be cool. Badger eating a sandwich with a hollow tongue lurking by. That'd actually be really good, because the badger and the short story I wrote eats a lot and is not the most observant. He's kind of the dumb guy. That would be funny. I like that. Shadowlight, a real art term, but like God rays. Made of shadows, yeah. Shades of Sin City, monochrome with the... Yeah! But that was like... Those were very flat colors, right? I'm trying to remember Sin City. Like, it wasn't sketch and shaded. It was just solid black, solid white, solid whatever color. But same concept. I really like it when black and white sketches like this, they'll have that one color in it. Especially when it's red. That's super cool, I think. Like if you have just a picture of a lady's face, you know, done real good sketch and detail, and then just the lips are red. I think that's cool looking. Or like the eyes. Sin City. I don't know how to say that word. Chiaroscuro. I butchered it. It's okay. Chiaroscuro. That didn't help me none. Harsh shadows. Let me go look up Sin City real quick. There goes the Lawnmower Man. Right by the window. I'm also thinking about the actual book, too, not the movie. Graphic novel. Yeah. The Babe Who Wore Red. What a title. Can't find any good, Oh, here's the one, the yellow guy. Forgot about that. That was such a weird movie. Whoop. Ah, Lawnmower Man. Cat's watching him. Maybe we'll, hang on. Where's my window cam? Cat butt. We can watch the Lawnmower Man go by. There he goes. Look at him go. Mike Mignola does the same thing with shadows if you let him. Very striking. Look at you art lads up in here knowing names. Let's see. So it sounds like a corrupted player or somebody getting corrupted, but I feel like the good Whisper Stone would also be a good thing to show. You could have an adventurer that like found a Whisper Stones just looking at it like, ooh, you know, and there's maybe a bunch of nice things growing around it and they're not sure what to do with it. But then you're not fighting or seeing any of the danger. I mean, obviously the corruption, but you missed your suggestion? Uh-oh. Maybe. Let me scroll up. Someone using a Whisper Stone, a standard adventurer, Hollow Tongue. Yeah, we need the Hollow Tongue. Someone using a Whisper Stone. That's also on the list. I'm trying to find 3. I don't know what Bova's rate is. Somebody told me once, but I don't know if that was only what they charged for that guy specifically, or if that is his normal going rate. So, ugh, man, I can smell the cut grass. Love the idea of a critter opening a chest as vines approach from the ship. Ooh. Ah, vines. Guess we could get... Okay, let's try a new question. Instead of 3 individual pieces, what if we splurged for one big piece? The hero image, I think it is called. What would be a scene that really shows Moss and Stone? Fighting a big old corrupted snake. Adventurer not knowing they're in trouble, yeah. Cat's just a watching. Too bad all you can see is her butt. Oh well. I'm trying to think of what all we've fought. So far in the playtest, we fought bookworms. That whole dungeon was comical. That would be a party? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. You'd have somebody with their Whisper Stone, a couple adventure, you know, sword slingers. Yeah, party of 4 against the big bad. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm leaning towards the multiple images of, like, characters or whatever. Ooh, you know what? It would be interesting. I don't know if it would consider or count as one piece. Combine the Whisper Stone user and a Hollow Tongue. It's like somebody's holding the Whisper Stone up and the Hollow Tongue's like, you know. It's like kind of making them back up, but you could very easily see the Hollow Tongue was like somebody messed up. Mix of these two for a hero piece. Ooh. Dude, Mouse Guard has the coolest art. Look at that. Man, I tell you what, my brother sent me a really cool picture earlier today. Let me go find it. Ugh, man. Dude's cutting that grass and I think it's making its way through the window. I can really smell it. Make my nose itch. Look at this picture. No idea what it's from. Pretty cool. Pretty neat looking. It is Twice Dead, it is. It is so good. I don't know what it is about mice in adventure or fantasy settings. That's so cool. Guess because you're just a little guy fighting back against the world. Everything's bigger than you are. Like the vial from Galadriel and Lord of the Rings? I don't know. Oh wait, says Twice Dead. Do I need to go back to this image? It made me think of, oh, you know the artist. It made me think of that one movie that traumatized all the kids where the horse gets stuck in the mud. The bird's like, nah, we're not doing that. We're pulling the ferret horse or whatever that is out. Well, it's on Instagram. Lily Psycha. Oh, I can't. I got it cropped. I don't know if this account is in. He just sent me a link. A new body of work by Lily Psycha Jones will be exhibiting here in less than 2 weeks. Here's a sneak peek. Is that a squirrel? That looks like a squirrel in his little cubby hole. Look at that. It's pretty awesome. He's all tuckered out, man. Or dead. Alright. Cause see, the guy I was talking to, he just got individual character pieces, and he said they were 75 a pop. So I was like, if I want something like this, I don't think that counts as a single character. But I'm just wondering, it's like, okay, the character holding the Whisper Stone up and making the Hollow Tongue, like, how much more of a character is that? I don't know. What are your rates, Mr. Bova? Why aren't you in the chat? We need to do the Peter thing. Tales from Elsewhere. You know, he had the blood oiler art that was everywhere. I need my Hollow Tongue. Blood oiler. Oh, I gotta switch legs here. Blah. But also like a whisper stone. That way you can see. Alright. Hang on. It's a toss up here. See, the hollow tongue could be a lizard or a bird, so you'd get one of those. Or we could start with some characters, then get the party of 4. Or something. That way, Mr. Bova himself would get a feel for it. It's like, okay, this is what it looks like. Then he can make a scene. Then I can be broke out of money. Maybe a big bear with corrupted stone. You could have Jack chilling out in front of a whisper stone. Like a big one. Taking refuge. Talked about the Whisper Stones a bunch, so they sound pretty important to the setting. Definitely should have one of them. Yeah. Well, they're a big part of the world. Yeah. That's like your only source of magic. And then they kind of got more and more important as we developed this. Here, let me put it in the chat. This is what the post says. We just have to decide. Let's see. Let me. Also, I don't know if Jack the mouse is like going to become the main character of Moss and Stone, the representation of it. Don't know if we need one. Technically, we don't have to have any named characters. So. And I'd like to have the scene from the little short story where they dig up the Whisper Stone and they're all looking at it. That'd be a cool piece. Moss and Stone, kind of important, but both become very important. Both have become very important. Yep. Yeah, music. It can just be an Easter egg, yeah. Well, so, looking way far out there, and dreaming big, if the Kickstarter made money, I would like the Kickstarter, or one of the stretch goals to be additional art for the short story and proper editing. So, I have that as a little side novella people could get. Yeah, have some art made specifically for that. And that would then need to get the scene like, okay, here's everybody digging up the Whisper Stone, you know, the battle with the moles, and then, or what's his name, Barnaby, meeting his demise to the bird. Mini DMs, please hold to review. I'm going to read them as they come in. So, Hollow Tongues, we have decided are super important. So we need the Hollow Tongue, for sure. And a Whisper Stone. This ain't gonna work. Whee! Whisper Stone use. Woo! these are important. Oh man, somebody's cutting the yard out. This grad is ungovernable. Technically, we don't have to have a corrupted player, but I think it'd be really cool. Now, see, now I'm just trying to decide, would it be better to have multiple pictures or one big one? I think it'd probably make more sense to get little ones first. So like I said, then Sean can figure out the vibe and the tone. Then he can make a big one, so. Allergies do suck. Thanks, man. Whew. This is why I have to have a yard guy. It's like, I tried for years and years and years and years to mow my own yard, and I did for years and years, and it's like, you know, it only takes like, if I do all the mowing and all the trimming and weed eating, it's like an hour's worth of work or so. But I would just be so dead afterwards. It's just like, I just wouldn't be able to do anything the rest of the day. I would be so shot, like from all the sneezing and everything else, and feel like I had a fever. Ugh, so bad. So I just finally got to the point, and it's like, I'm not doing this anymore. Somebody cut my yard for me. And I get no joy out of the yard work either. Now, if I didn't have all the allergies, it might be like, okay, yeah, this is good for me. I just go out here and get some sunlight, you know, blah, 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 no big deal. Just shower off and be done. Like, but that's the thing. I can't just shower off and be done. I come in and shower and just for the rest of the day. Could have them be panoramic. Ooh. Armor, well, yeah, but I mean, I fixed it. And then it broke again. The lawnmower is as old as I am, too. To give you an idea, it's an old John Deere. And I actually have the original receipt somewhere from Pops. And that's how I found out how old it was. It's like 1987. Good Lord, this lawnmower's old. All the art in the same scene, but focused on... Yeah. Could do that. Okay. I think we got enough to work with there. We definitely know what Jack looks like. So what would the Whisper Stone? That could be the hair. We already... Yeah. And then a Corrupted could be whatever. Have a stoat going mad. You missed everything, Blaze. We made so much progress. Look at this cool artwork. I drew those up myself while you were gone. Not really. Here, I'll modify this one. I'll give him some angrier eyebrows. Ah! Look at there. We blend right in. What else did we have? Yeah, okay. So let's shift gears here. Ta-da. Gotten far since my stick figure days. That's right. Okay. So since I have all you wonderful people here, I actually want your opinions on something before you part and go your separate ways. So I got Stefan it. So here's the one that I just sent out. Yep. And ignoring the colors on this one. Like, I know it doesn't look anywhere near as appealing, but I like it because it has more information on it. Like, I can put interview, Lynn Redder, and then it's like, here's the this, you know, what's happening. Whereas this one, it's like artist interview, chatting with so-and-so. And like, I can just barely squeeze that in there. That's why I had to use like the apostrophe here. If I made it a G, it would have gone to another line. Or if they have a longer name, like Rose's actual name, if I had used that, it would have, I couldn't fit it. I had to change it. Or like right here, live play, CCCC. It's like, what the world's CC? I can say, okay, I can put here playing Clever, Cool, Crazy, and that's it. Whereas over here, I'm like, oh, I can say this is Glenn's Clever, Cool, Crazy, and we're doing it in my Kesho 9 world. I could also fit in something about the fundraiser if I wanted to. Now, I acknowledge too that in the YouTube post itself, I can add more detail, but like when I put it on Twitter and Blue Sky, I can't. Or I have very limited space. Night mode is a win. Yeah. Well, and the reason I wanted to make this one dark too is like, well, that's how my videos are. It's just the, you know, the black background and me putting stuff on the board. So, but it's like, I acknowledge this. You can just look at it real quick and you're like, oh, this. But I feel like so much information is missing. Also, this text right here. Let's see, what's something that'll show up right here? That's actually Comic Sans, whereas everything else is something else. But when I made the 7 in this font, it just looked like a 1. I was like, that's not going to work. But it's like, this looks more like my videos. And then it has, I feel like it removes all questions. It's like March 6th, that is a Monday. It is at this time in Central Standard Time. Whereas this is just Monday 1. It's like, oh, well, then you got to go up here. Oh, that's in Central Standard Time. It's like, okay, but what's the date? Oh, that's this week. So if somebody came across this a week later, they, you know, they, I don't know, might get confused or something. Whereas this just removes all doubt. The right one looks better, but the left one has more info, and I like information. Glee says sent. Oh, I missed one. I missed a lot. Maybe one location through different points in time. I don't know what that was in reference to. Adventure, Whisperstone, Combat, and Hollow Tongue are the 3 focuses. Yeah, it sounds like it. Definitely more info, better condensed on this one. The town exit was an adventuring party going out, a fight between a Whisperstone wielding critter on Hollow Tongue, and then the town and ooh, those would be some good ones. That would be a really cool one. Like some of the settings and places we were talking about, Twice Dead, like the one with all the stones that aren't really whisper stones, but you can hear the whispers. I forgot what that one's called. And then the feathered oak, like you were talking about, those would make great big pictures, right? Those would be like, yeah, pictures worth 1,000 words right there. The right one looks better, but the left one has more information, and I like information. It also massively helps with readability personally. Which one? Left or right? Doubt is for the weak. Okay, well, while y'all are telling me about that. See, I'm also just partial to this one because it's just a spreadsheet, you know? Kind of look. It's like, here's all the stuff. Blah, 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 blah. But Glee helped me make this one. And like I said, that's why it is much more visually appealing. But I have very limited information to squeeze on there. So if I could do this and squeeze more detail, that'd be nice. I got you, Twice Dead. I got you. Alright, that is of all the text. Let's see. I went off Alzheimer's branding. Purple background. Use yellow borders on the cams, name tags. Oh man, look at that. I got the color codes and everything. Is it easier to build a full overlay instead of building an OBS? Should be able to just draw. Look at what she did. I'll put her in the spotlight here. The light letter on dark background. Yeah. It's kind of what I'm leaning towards, because it's what I was doing at first when I started making a schedule. Just like, all right, let me just put all this on here. All right, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? That might be too big. I got Chad in the way. Strongly dislike the left, but you know that. Yeah. My opinion, the purpose of a schedule graphic is just to build interest in high-level info, not tell. Yeah, that's the thing. But it's like, what if they need more info? See, like, when I had... Can I just go get it? This is where I was really getting frustrated with it. I don't think I have it anymore. The interview with Rose. Oh, here it is. Boop. So, like, that's all I could fit. I couldn't fit any more. It's interview Rose. It's like, well, who and what is Rose? You know, it's like, that's just part of her name. That's like actually not even her real name. I think it's her middle name. I couldn't put author Rose or anything, but I can put under there talking to a real writer, but it's like, okay, a writer of what? You know? There's so many other things I could have done, and that's what I get frustrated with. And if I say, okay, here's the catch your attention graphic, and then in the post put more detail, that's what we were talking about at the beginning of the stream. It requires people to do more work, and they won't do it. Looks like the high contrast setting on Outlook. Unintentionally so. Listen to the expert. You need space between the entries on the left, not just a border. It needs some. Like, I admit, it's all kind of squished together looking, and it's not appealing at all, but it is all the information. You don't need to even have that much, just interview, or at most author interview. I guess. Maybe I'm just bad at writing on my limited space posts. So anyway, this thing over here. So Glee, what I do when I'm making my things, instead of these each border being an individual thing, I just have it all on one. And I'll have like a frame. And then export all of that as one thing, and then that way it just fits into OBS. Now, if you can somehow just have like magic padding behind here to make it that size, that works too. Of course, you can export it as a certain image size, right? So that works. So all this purple stuff would be... Well, that wouldn't be transparent because you'd want it between the cameras, so... Yeah, honestly, you could just put this whole thing... It would be nice if in the camera spots, there was nothing there. That was transparent. That way I could actually put the cameras behind the image. I'm trying to think. So... if we did... make that transparent, like you remove that part, that way I can just tuck the camera in behind it, whoop, and then I guess this part would be too, and this. Please throwing tables. Think of it like a tagging system. What types of streams can we expect to see this week? Ah! That was one of the options you DM'd. They look the same to me. Oh, I see how you did it. I thought you... Well, you want the borders, don't you? I thought you would. Let's see. I find the left option color palette to be more appealing to my eyes, but I agree it might need polish. Oh, it needs a lot of polish. I guess I could post 2 images, right? You could just have the quitchy? That is quick and catchy as quitchy, apparently. The quick and catchy one, which is this, and then the next image is same style, but made in such a way you have more nitty-gritty information. You could do that. And I would say turn the rows on the left one into boxes and put them on like a gray charcoal background, and then have the space between boxes. Could do that. I am super bad at this kind of stuff, in case you can't tell. Alright. I might have to call Glee. Glee, you want to be on stream for a couple seconds? She stopped typing. Or do you just want to walk back here and point and scream in rage? Yes, where? Okay, well, let's do this. I'm gonna have to pause the music so you can hear her. Man, it's Dynasty Warriors 4. Phone a friend time. Don't do it, Glee. It's a trap. I'm gonna call her. We're dialing a friend. Hello, you're live.
Hello, I'm live.
Whoa. Did you just want to walk back here, or is this fine?
I DM'd you. I got double audio going on.
Oh, is mine still? Are you hearing me twice, or?
No, sorry, I have Twitch and YouTube playing.
Oh.
I've got all the audio. Okay, hold on. I need to minimize. Please hold, please hold.
I am holding.
Okay, you're getting fully muted over here. Hi. Okay. So I used Streamlabs OBS, so I don't fully understand the capabilities of regular OBS. But I would hope you have the capability when you do the camera captures. Oh dear, now I can hear myself.
Well, mute the stream. The Discord stream.
Okay, testing.
Hello.
Do you want me to watch your screen?
Well, I just had it up so you could see what I'm talking about while I'm talking. So.
Okay, not that I can see it on every monitor I have.
Well, that
right
one's
now.
delayed, so you'd have to wait.
I needed to take a picture of this because I have you literally everywhere.
I am omnipresent Squirrel.
You are on all 3 screens. So yeah, if OBS, if you can just add a border to each of the cam captures, then you can set it up that way. I can send you the bottom thing as a singular graphic, or you can build it out as the individual elements. I can just send you the ALZ logo and the QR code. That middle piece is just, I mean, I took a screenshot, obviously, but the link that I sent you to the fundraiser page just set up a little cropped window capture. I don't know if you can, if OBS gets mad if it's like a layered window, like if you have to have it active at all times in order to capture it. But just have a capture that shows what the current fundraising is, because that incentivizes people to see number go up. And then, yeah, background is just purple. So that's option 1, building out all the elements, or option 2, ignore the borders where the cams are. I would make those solid shapes so you're not trying to like fit them perfectly. And then you just paste cameras on top of where those blocks are.
Do you want these guys right here to show up? These little lines, or is that just for reference?
That you pulled the screenshot of the one that is my layout view.
Okay.
Ignore the very thin borders. Those are just the frames of where stuff is.
Okay.
Yeah, those don't exist.
I thought you wanted them there. Okay.
No, that was just, hey, this is the divider for where your like center table is, and then where the dice roller is.
All right. So usually when I make my little wood border thingies, this is like all one image. And these are cut out where I have these X's.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, it's all one image. So I don't
Right.
have 20 different things in OBS to line up and keep up with. I do it all somewhere else where that's easy. Just drop it all in. But that's also allows me to kind of tuck the cameras in under. And that way I don't have to finagle with their cropping so much. Like I'll still trim them and crop them a little bit, but that just...
So the cameras are behind and the image is in front.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an overlay. It's on top of everything. So everything else...
Overlays can be layered.
I know.
But... Is my husband single?
Depends on how this conversation goes.
Yeah, I can save it as a transparent ping, and then yeah, you'd just have to line up the cams. That'd be fine. And then how do you do the name tags?
That's a floating thing I have in OBS.
Oh, so you do layers. Okay.
Well, okay. So OBS has the cameras and name tags. And then I think that's it.
Toggling back and forth with the screenshot that I took. Yeah.
That's true, Spade. But I find like it gets so small, like the little deep, like I've been in streams where we have our channel logos on here too, the little circle one, and it's like it just gets so small by the time everything's on the screen. But putting their token avatar thingies would help for keeping up with who's who. But Glee, yeah. So I have the names in OBS, so I don't have to keep importing a new template or overlay. That way I can just quick update it in OBS, and it takes like 2 seconds. And then their cameras are in OBS, obviously. So, but everything else is that overlay.
Yeah, that's fine. I can do that.
Yeah.
Can you thoughts on showing the little fundraiser bar at the bottom? Is that complicated?
I don't know how to do this part. Oh, you can't even see that. This guy, I don't know how to keep it live. Do they have an option there for that?
When I used Streamlabs OBS, I could do it. I would add it as a window capture.
Yeah, I could do just another browser thing and trim it to... Yeah. If the site itself is constantly updating.
Oh, that's true. I don't know if the fundraiser page itself is live or if it needs to be refreshed.
Yeah. Somebody go donate and see.
I mean...
Because, see, I could just trim this little part right here. Whee!
Yeah, I would do... Like how I have in the screenshot. I just took, like, raise to goal.
Yeah.
And then scale it to fit in there. We hope that it's live. If it ends up that it's not live and you want to just periodically refresh it, if that's not too much to keep up with, then I would recommend that. Otherwise, you could just leave it blank, like if it gets to be problematic. But it does help incentivize donations by seeing the number.
Y'all hear that? You hear how she is? She's trying to get in y'all's pockets. Get your money.
I'm in marketing, man.
Wisp, maybe centered on the corner of the square. What are you talking about? I know that message came in a few minutes ago, and we've probably moved on. What are we centering on? What square? We talking about centering that guy? See, if I was super fancy, whenever somebody donated, a graphic would come up on the screen. a GIF or something.
See, this is why I love Twitch, because Twitch is very chat interactive focused. So it's
Well,
got all those bells and whistles.
we are on Twitch
I
and
know we're on Twitch.
and
I don't
YouTube.
think by Thursday we want to figure out all that.
Yeah. Well, and then we also had to figure out if that site specifically works with it. So, not just regular Twitch thingies.
I'm going to operate under the assumption that the fundraiser page does update, because I just saw my browser do a background refresh on that page.
Okay.
So I feel like the Alzheimer's Association is like a very fantastic, well put together program. I feel like their website is built very well. So I'm going to trust that it updates live until proven otherwise.
Okay. Wisp says the icons for tokens and logos on the characters. That was centered on the corner of the square. So, like, down her. Where's my little squirrel head? So I have a token like right there. Is that what you're saying?
It is quite small, but it could work. Another option would be, and I dislike this idea that I'm about to suggest because I like choosing my token border colors to match my character vibe. But if you could get each person to commit to like, I am the green border token, I am the blue border token, and then just put a colored dot next to their camera or next to their name tag and be like, all right, blue border token is Scrat.
That could work. Cause yeah, that's what I was saying. By the time, I don't know, I guess you can see that. I'm trying to think how big it would be on a screen.
I mean, as long as the tokens contrast each other enough, you don't really need like super high res. I can see the detail. It's just like, yes, that is the purplish cephalopod character, and then below it is like the brown squirrel in a tunic. Like, just get the vague impression of the token.
I do like the idea of just the colored dot you were talking about and the colored borders.
Mm-hmm.
Can the name tag or token overflow onto the border? Ah, you mean like, whee.
Like the placement?
Oh yeah, you could absolutely do that if you wanted to. I think the way I usually do the name tags is they are kind of.
They are off just a little bit.
Probably drives Glee crazy.
Well, just when they're inconsistently off.
Yeah. It's hard to align things in OBS. Like there's no
snapping, which is weird.
There is, but getting it to snap to what you want. It's inconsistent. So you just kind of have to set here. It'll tell you how many pixels you're off, in all four directions. So it's like, okay, you can just sit there and tap, 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 tap.
Is there not like an alignment tool where you can select multiple objects and just say, all right, align all these to the left-hand corner?
I don't know. There might be these days.
I have to just play with OBS sometime and see what your options are.
I'm looking. I don't know. I'll do it later.
This is not a do it live thing.
Yeah, only a quarter of the circle would be inside. Let the tokens overlap with the screen and use it. Yeah, because she does have more space in there than when I squeeze everything in there. So that would work. I kind of like that too. I don't know how Glee feels about it.
That's fine. We want to have some padding.
Yep. But when it comes to fundraising, Glee this is serious business for Glee. So this is her passion, her thing. So we gotta get approval before we make decisions on this overlay.
No, you're fine. I am your consultant.
Consultant with gritted teeth. Well, I'm choking. All right.
That's what you get.
Apparently. I like the idea of this hanging off this. I just like the squirrel head Ignacio gave me. They're pretty cool.
I have thoughts for you just hanging out streams. Like you could do some cute stuff with the squirrel. But anyway, so I'm sending you this whole overlay with the cam blocks like knocked out, so it's just transparent there.
Yeah, and the same for the center here. Wherever you want an element, make a hole for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll just make purple columns on the left and right and leave the center of it. Okay. What about the dice rolls thing? Because you have like a little push pin note style thing on your current one.
Well,
Do
that's
you
what
want
I was
that
saying.
still?
That's not critical. So that's usually over here in this area. It does not have to be because the dice roll across the screen and people can see it. It was just where, like, I got into the habit of putting the rolls there because I originally had that spot dedicated to here's what we're playing, here's where it is, here's the development process or whatever, blah, 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 blah. But then we started playing games. I didn't need that. So that just filled it up with dice rolls. So you can do whatever you want over here. If you have a better idea, or we can continue.
Well, if you don't want to have it as dice rolls over there, which I mean, chat can let us know if they want to see dice rolls with a dedicated space for it, or not, because sometimes it's nice to like look back and see what the previous roll was. I could get rid of the graphic on the bottom and move that to that column space. That way you have the full
square.
Yeah, the full area in the center of the screen.
I like that.
It would be because right now everything's very horizontal. Like the fundraiser capture is a very horizontal bar and the logo is quite horizontal. So it might have quite a lot of white space. But then I can add, like, if you want Clever Cool Crazy's logo in there, if you want Keshanite's logo in there.
Does it look like a NASCAR over there?
Well, it's tasteful. And ALZ is going to be the most prominent branding. Because that's the focus of the stream.
Yeah. Also, see you, Kaz Doc, if you haven't already bounced. Wisp, you are fine. I don't know why you've been up for 30 hours, but well, insomnia sucks. Yeah. So, having a roll log isn't a terrible idea. But yeah, it's just kind of there. And this is also something else I should have pointed out. The roll log does not have to be this tall either. You can fit probably about 2 to 3 rolls in just like that amount of space. So that's another option.
Yeah, I wouldn't do GM cam, roll log, and all the information all in one column. That's feeling a little crowded then.
Right. Wisp says he's a fan of the roll log personally. Okay. The rolls in that one shot often presented in reverse visually. That's a good point. Sometimes we expand, and that's only in Foundry. I don't know what we're going to be using for this, what Glenn has in mind. He's a very theater of the mind guy, so we might just fire up Foundry for the rolls. But if he has something big planned, we might use Owlbear, in which case the roller is a pain. But we can still use that space for that.
I would say ask him, and then I can adjust the layout to fit whatever's gonna be his decision.
Okay.
But I mean, it takes 2 seconds to move things around. It's not. I don't need that much notice, but you know, it is on Thursday, so preferably ask sooner.
We didn't get enough prep time for that one. Kind of jumped on it fast. And I like Owlbear except for their dice roller, but I don't know. Old Owlbear, I mean, it's pretty good. It is. Meredith, Scotty's editor lady, she ran a super fun game in Owlbear, and the way she had it set up was super cool. But yeah, that dice roller, the dice roller is perfectly fine for what you're supposed to do with Owlbear, which is just play games with each other. But when you're trying to stream, it's like, okay, the dice roller kind of stinks. But it's doable. Let's see. All right. Well, shoot. That's good. So we knocked out Muss and Stone art, sort of. We talked about the graphic. Everybody says mine sucks, and I agree. And we did fundraiser thingies. Okay. We still have no idea what the next video is going to be, but that is fine. Maybe I'll do like 3 reviews in one. So pretty good for a diceless game. Oh, Owlbear. Yeah. Well, I was saying if you're playing too with dice, like the dice roller is fine. You actually have to go in and add a little manual. It's just for putting on a show. It's not the best. But Owlbear is a very solid tool, especially for something that's free. Only VTT I've ever run with was Google Sheets. Hey, that's a good VTT, you know? It's you know, what is it in Google? Is it equals rand between? And then boom, there's your dice. Pop pop pop. So
I did one in Google Slides. Actually, I did a couple in Google Slides.
Me and her both have run some Magic the Noah style-esque games. Those are super fun. We need to do one of those on stream.
I'm done.
Oh yeah, you gonna run it?
Sure. I mean, I'm gonna say this, and it's being live streamed, so now I guess I'm committed. I would like to do something fun for your birthday, because that's coming up.
Well, we're doing the Bashkin Bash like a day after my birthday.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Ben's birthday Bashkin Bash.
You gotta tell me when all these things are getting like cool thematic stuff.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know when they are half the time, so. All right.
Well, this is Thursday, so focus on that one.
Is Owlbear easy to learn compared to Roll20? Absolutely, and I'll tell you why. Because Owlbear actually works, unlike Roll20. So, it's more consistent, whereas Roll20 I found sometimes things worked, sometimes they didn't. I had no idea if it was me screwing it up or not. Man's out there weed eating. So, Owlbear, I don't know if you follow Peter, Tales from Elsewhere. He uses Owlbear all the time for the games he's run. It's perfectly good. The thing I like about Owlbear a lot is for the GM, at least I haven't run a game in it. I've always been a player, but it seems super easy to just slap a picture in there real quick. So if you like have a reference to show somebody, just plop, drop it in there and there it is. Whereas Foundry, it's like, hey, you go upload a journal, make a journal entry, add an image, find the image, blah, share to players. Like it's kind of an ordeal. So yeah, Roll20 it's a mess. It is a mess. It allowed all players to do tokens, and I could write and preset up scenes. Not the worst. Having dynamic lighting, yeah. That's the part you have to pay for with Owlbear, I think, to get dynamic lighting and stuff. So, man, he was right up on the window.
Yeah, now it's starting to come through your mic.
Yeah.
At least on our call. I don't know how it is through stream.
Yeah, I do follow Peter. I'm looking to set up some playtest. Ooh, Bitcoin Meter Regular had me kind of lost. Yeah, no, there's better options. Owlbear being one of them for sure. And since Peter uses it all the time, he can help you out there. What is it? There's a guy I'm going to interview. We're scheduling that now. I have not used his thingy-me-bob, his VTT, but let me go look at it, what it is real quick. Harpy. Harpy.gg. And I believe you can go check this out. I don't know if you actually have to sign up or not, but I believe it's free. I think that's the big deal here. I can't remember if it's all 100% free or what, but don't know anything about it. That is another option. And there's one Dave started using that he really likes, and the guy that made it is super cool. Is it Line Quest or... Golly, what is Line Quest VTT? Quest Line. I was close. I just had it backwards. Yeah, Quest Line VTT. That one is actually super cool. It's just one guy making it. Like I said, the guy who's making it is a very cool guy. The system, it's super device friendly. So if you're mobile, tablet, whatever, it's a little weird to navigate, but once you figure it out, it's really nice. It is a super cool tool. And if you have a specific system you're wanting to use, just poke him and he'll be like, yeah, man, I'll get you hooked up. But it is, if you're running a game, it is $5 a month because it's all browser based and he's got to pay the fees to store all that stuff and run it. So there is that. None of your players have to pay for anything though. So everybody can just pitch in $1. Need to break out a sticky. Do it, man. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on all my monitors right now. I'm wearing them bad boys out. Plus a little whiteboard thing right here. So those are 2 options. Like I said, I have played in Questline and it was super easy, fine, fun. And I think he added a recent update he did added actual walls. So your tokens, I think, have vision now and everything. Harpy, I don't know anything about that. I will learn all that during the interview. But I know he did just drop some big updates for that too. And the thing that caught my interest with Harpy was apparently you can do play-by-posts in it. It's got some kind of setup for that. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. But anyway, there are options, both free and super duper cheap. So if you don't want to drop $40 or $50 for Foundry, those are options. Cleared off 8 between today and yesterday. Look at you go, man. Sticky note champ. We're killing it. We're crushing it. I'm just going to tell y'all right now, if you want to invest in some stock in the sticky note company, it might not be a bad idea. We're going to pass this knowledge on and get everybody hooked on sticky notes. All right. I think we're good, though. We got Kairos Gold taken care of. We got some Moss Stone art. We got overlays and templates. I'll figure out my schedule thing here. I'll put Glee to work on that. I'll buy her a cookie. You want a cookie?
I want Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A? Ah. What about a cookie from Chick-fil-A?
Do they have cookies?
Yeah. We got brownies before. I think they have cookies too. I feel like we got a cookie one time. It was pretty good. Big flat one.
Does Chick-fil-A have cookies?
I'm wondering if I can set up my own character sheets on any of those with a single button input. Yeah, so Questline, I know you can. It's modular. Like, you can just get in there and do stuff. And I don't understand what dice packs are. I think those have, like, dice with custom built-in rules. That's what I'm saying. If there's a system you want, you can poke him and he'll set it up real quick. But I think you can do that too. But you can also just roll dice as is. And the character sheets, I'm pretty sure you can just do your own. Similar to rolling the presets to build one. Yeah. So I would check out Questline for that. And like I said, I don't know anything about Harpy. Owlbear doesn't even have any character sheets, so I think it's just plain Jane. Here's a board, roll some dice. Mindomo has been helping. Hey, I know that one. Do you have Crumble? We do have a cookie Crumble. It's like 40 minutes away, and it's fairly new, but we do have one.
We also have Insomnia cookies.
I don't know that one. Are dice packs just aesthetic? No, they're that's what I'm saying. I wasn't sure what they are. I know it's something he makes, and it like has built-in rules or some mechanics that work with the game. It's not like, oh, here's a pack of red dice. Like, no. It's a programmed thing into the dice, but I don't know exactly what it entails. I just remember him and Dave talking about it. Like, Dave has made Ironbound. That's his game. So like I want to say he made Dave an Ironbound pack of dice instead of like, here is a whole system that you have to load up. It's like, no, here's your dice pack. So I don't know exactly how that works. Sometimes he hangs out in streams. It's usually in Dave's streams though. Lost the sticky note where you showed all those digital dice options. Sophie's Dice is the best one I found so far. I don't think it has a multiplayer option, or it might. She's working on it. She knows that that's right. People have expressed interest, and she's like, yeah, but it's on my to-do list, but it's a lot. And this is just kind of a fun thing to do on the side. So maybe not. Who knows? But that would be super cool. I don't know if everybody'd have to buy Sophie's Dice, but it's only $5 if they did. So not the worst. Glee, you want Chick-fil-A for lunch?
For lunch?
Yeah.
Sure.
We have the yard guy out there, though.
We do have yard guy. We need to pay him before we go anywhere.
We need to pay him. So here's the thing about the yard guy, chat. He will talk your ear off forever. So
I have no issue getting away from him.
when I go down there to pay him, it's like an hour-long endeavor. Just cannot get away. So I usually have to let Glee go pay him. He's a nice guy, though. Just very.
He's very nice.
He's
very lovely.
He's very, very good at taking care of the yard too, man. He does a fantastic job.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's go figure out what we're gonna do for lunch and see if I can bribe you to make me a community post thingy, and then templates. We'll donate to Alzheimer's here and see if we can make number go up. And what is today's Tuesday? So yeah, Thursday, guys. That is when we will playing. It'll be Thursday. It's right here on the screen. Ha! And the community post of your flavor. Thursday at 7:30 my time, Central. And we are going to be playing Glenn's Clever, Cool, Crazy, which is a very rules light, very narrative-driven game, but I am going to ask how it works at least 10 times because that has happened all 2 or 3 times I have played it. It's actually fairly simple, but the way it's explained is always very hard for me to grasp for some reason. And it's going to be in the setting of my stories that I write, which is Ketcho Night Legends, and of course we will be raising money for the Alzheimer's fundraiser foundation thingy-me-bob. And I think, and Sunday, that's right, this is what's not on the post, and I don't know when I would post it. Sunday at, let me check time here. We go live at 6:30 p.m. my time, Central Standard Time. We are going to be playing Outgunned, which is something I've really been wanting to play, and if you don't know what that is, it is supposedly a D6 system that works like Yahtzee. So, super interesting. It looks cool. It seems very fun, like a good time. And that company's pretty cool, too. Would you maybe be interested in joining a playtest of your game? If it's not too terribly crunchy, yeah. I can handle Tales from Elsewhere. That is a very comfortable amount of crunch. But rules like games are usually what I gravitate towards, too. Or if you don't mind me asking 1,000 questions during the playtest, then, then we can crunch it up. But, yeah, we can, you can ping me if you're not in my server. You don't have to join if you don't want to. I know, I got a million servers too. I'm also in Tales from Elsewhere, so you can ping me over there if you want to. Or just DM me. That also works. That is also an option. So I'm going to bounce. I am going to go feed me, myself, and the giant squid down the hallway. So I will see y'all Thursday at 7:30.
Bye.
You guys say bye, YouTube. You're part of the stream.
Oh no, but I'm usually on the chat end.
No, you get to say bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
All right. See y'all later. Hit end stream there. Boop. And then over here. Boop.
I'm also going to disconnect. There's too many things up.